I made a poll asking, do you ever see yourself getting married in the near future? Then 87% said no, which I expected, but shockingly 13% of you either said yes or are unsure. And that's what inspired me to make this video. I'm about to share with you 3 reasons why you should avoid getting married. But before I mention them, let's go through some of the reasons why some of you have answered no. Fortunately, I know many of you don't want to get married, but you know what? I don't blame you for it because you've got several reasons to avoid such a hassle. Here's some examples from you guys. Mr. X said, I left the game at 18. I'm 31 now. Best decision of my life. Romeo said he suffered because he didn't offer the 3-6, 6 feet tall, 6-pack, 6 figures. Florida Greg Greffs said he's yet to find someone who brings enough to the table for it to be worth it. Vabab Galate said, no, because I'm chasing the ultimate freedom, and I'm serious about it. You might have been there and suffered, met girls who don't bring enough to the table, heard that you were not enough because you were not at that time making enough, and the list goes on and on. A few centuries ago, marriage made sense because life expectancy was lower and traditional values were deeply rooted. Basically, men acted as men and had higher testosterone levels, while women acted as women and wanted to give life. In today's world, that's not the norm, but rather the exception. In some countries in Eastern Europe, the Arab world, and Latin America, it could make sense to go for marriage since women are not so poisoned with postmodern feminist ideas. They really want to create life, and for sure masculinity is a thing there. But if you're not lucky enough to live there and find a woman to marry with, my advice is simple. Considering the current state of the world, do not get married. And let me just give you 3 reasons to either stay single. The first reason is that the state will lean towards her side. As we discussed in other video, shared custody belongs mostly to women, and fathers end up seeing their kids too little. To make matters worse, the woman keeps the house, the car, and potentially a fraction of the man's money. So the man now is forced to take financial care of his kids and even his ex-wife. These are the legal facts, but political propaganda does not fall short. Toxic masculinity, male privilege, glass ceiling. These are fabricated ideas the media utilizes to program women and even men. As a consequence, women feel entitled and men feel guilty. Look, the government wants weak, obedient men and are trying very hard to kill our potential. Therefore, if you abstain from marriage, you are sure to keep it for yourself. The second reason is stats. Here's some data to consider. According to lawyers, around 41% of first marriages, 60% of second marriages, and 73% of third marriages in the US end in divorce. Unsurprisingly, among the professions with the highest divorce rates are dancers, bartenders, and massage therapists. The trends speak clearly, so it's still shocking that many consider marriage as a safe way to protect a relationship. Not to mention that the higher the body count of the woman you marry, the more likely it is for the marriage to end in divorce. Pair bonding, I'm afraid to say, it's a thing of the past. In fact, you will often hear that marriage kills spontaneity, sex tends to almost disappear, the couple gets in a rut. It's like the passion and enjoyment are extremely hard to maintain, so staying single and uncompromised looks like a better option. On top of that, considering women tend to have a plan B, in other words, another man in case you don't fulfill her expectations, it looks like there's no better choice. And the third and final reason is rules and expectations. What do I mean by this? Well, if you think of marriage, you might see, at first, a glamorous wedding, honeymoons, kids and their upbringing, family gatherings, etc. Social pressure is so overwhelming that if you prefer investing $20,000 in something that is not a perfect wedding, people start gossiping about how stingy you are. Yes, $20,000 is the average cost of a wedding. And chances are you want to stay down to earth and either invest that money or save it up. At the end of the day, we are encouraged to normalize habits and traditions that don't do us any good. So instead of participating in harmful traditions, like wasting money to impress someone else, and to celebrate you are about to build a family, you better stay away from them. And what about the kids' education? Well, imagine debating with your wife about the values you want to instill in your descendants. If she does not agree with you, you are doomed to have multiple problems. There you have it. I hope you find all these reasons useful, and finally, you make the best possible decision for you. Do not let anyone dictate what happiness is. Let everyone else do their thing while you stay patient and silent. No matter how many people you know get married, do not take it as a sign you should take that path too. You make your own path, and for the time being, a path of singlehood is what benefits you the most as a man. So go build that life on your own. If you want to retain your freedom, please do not get involved in the paperwork and the subsequent implications of putting your sign on a contract that could literally ruin your life. I wish you all the best. If you found this video useful, hit the like and subscribe buttons and share it with someone you think needs it. See you in the next video. Till next time.